Welcome everyone to another live full stack development here. Hacking on Easter Saturday because we have software to release. Yeah, of course, throwing 32 epic thread wrapping Ryzen threads here on problems, Rust cargo and stuff. We have two major regressions. That is that the latest version of Rust doesn't bootstrap for me anymore. Recurring theme constant, the only constant is change and regressions. And the second is that the latest version of LVM 16 causes Firefox with Rust, even the previous version of Rust that does build and bootstrap, not to link with differences cannot be represented in sections. As you see recurrently here, this stuff is super time consuming. This Rust thing, I mean, obviously we are the first people here building with like not only updating, also Mesa, right? We and our data iBot updates, more updates, the most updates. Also Mesa up yesterday, Linux kernel, everything's up to date, of course. And also, like, who else in the world except maybe 5 other Linux distribution enthusiasts build the whole system with latest LVM and Rust and stuff. And so, like, usually it takes mega corporations like the Firefox organization, Mozilla organization, some months, if not years, to notice latest and greatest breakage. But yeah. So this is why I'm throwing in not only a Ryzen 7950X here, my local workstation, but also the 5950X in the compute rack there. Onto the also like Ryzen 5950X, right? The flagship. Some years ago, I live streamed and built this. Like when this came out, super happy with the performance. Like the only constant is change and more larger and bloated software. It's already so freaking slow, right? Minutes of build time. Where do we even have LV? No, this doesn't build there. Rust, yeah, 7 minutes. I mean, it all adds up, right? You quickly want to test something like 2 hours later. Anyway, so yeah, we're building a Rust here because I wanted to see, and yeah, that is the thing. When I need the performance, the only substitute for performance is more performance. I need every minute I can get out of here. And then I have previous video massively undervolted, PBO, curve optimized, memory overclocked and stuff for performance. No, I can't be sure whether some GCC internal compiler error is actually software bug. Most likely it is. Anyway, this is why I'm test bootstrapping that here on a completely different 5950X system. Thankfully we have the CPU cycles. What we do in parallel here is we will test here some combinations. So that is here on my local workstation, console TTY0, because as we learned, everything not tested is broken. So let's test some more while we wait for results here. And all right, the LVM I wanted to say, I didn't find exactly that G-crust of Firefox, GDK and whatnot, Rust, modules and stuff. But I found, so some other people have some similar section cannot, like LVM, Rust LVM, cannot encode, represent, something of that sort. Difference in sections or cross sections or something. Actually, it should probably be here somewhere. It is possible because some other people, so even very small projects, there was some other whatever, RGB, something. So some other people experience something similar at times. And there's, for example, fixed compilation problem they have in debug mode with LTO enabled. That surface in workflow runs 606. And here is, for example, where was it? Here. It might be as simple as, so this is pure speculation, because the problem is, I also hate micro dependencies, right? Nothing like 160 micro dependencies or whatever. Maybe I should recount them in Firefox. But the problem is now, like, yeah, good luck finding that in Firefox, because apparently, like, they linked stuff here twice or whatever. So here's profile dev abort. maybe I should try building. I mean, I tried building Firefox without LTO. That didn't change a thing, but maybe the global Firefox LTO. And that is also the thing, right? Stuff so complex. There is a config option LTO in Firefox, and that might not be wired and influence the Rust stuff, right? So while we tested the other day building Firefox without LTO to verify if that improves linking regression, now I realize, wait, it probably didn't even, like, it only influenced the Clang GCC C-based code and not Rust. So like 2023, everything's so monolithic and mega structures and stuff that, yeah, config options, linker errors. It's pretty frustrating when you do this for a while. So what I wanted to test, why is this empty? Storage setup, maybe we should capitalize. I mean, this is a little bit nitpicking, but it actually looks a little bit out of place there. Maybe we should instantly polish it a little bit. Stone mode, by the way, we broadcast with audio? That is amazing for you to even listen to my random rambling here live on this channel. Partition and mount. Storage setup, partitions and mount points. Apparently, what did I? Do we not have VirtIO block here? SCSI, VirtIO block? No, we have. I probably booted that wrong. Actually, for better performance, I wanted to use VirtIO. I was already wondering, I probably... We have so much to performance and then it doesn't. Template, VirtIO. I have the feeling I probably drive file HDO. Why does this not? Nah, kind of. Okay, probably there's something missing. Should I Google that? Yeah, you could use libvirtio and whatnot, but yeah. Can you not really? Not a fan of articles, not. I wish the syntax would be easier. Device VirtIO SCSI PCIe. Device. I don't want VirtIO, I want VirtIO block. Device. Currently, maybe this was even working. I mean, it is always possible that I used some old. Yeah, I probably don't have. Why do I not have a? I find the this separated device stuff too complex. Device. Apparently somehow I really don't have it in this saved thing here. Anyway, let's see again. VirtIO block PCI. Drive. Okay, they don't even have an identifier there, do I? Drive ID interface none. Wait a second. Why do we have? Nah. Amazing stuff. Not really sure what that is doing apparently. Maybe not the right thing anymore. Yeah, drive no, drive 0. Retrieve, I don't know. Drive, what? Can't find value drive. Ah, this, I thought it's this ID. Yeah. Bloody ID, don't need the bloody ID. So much for a little bit extra install performance, and then you waste your time with it. Still doesn't work. What the heck? Maybe the other syntax previously did work. Oh. Okay, then we script.io. Not really sure what's going on there. In my opinion, this should be as easy as interface.io and this to work. Maybe it should work. So that builds, what was it? So we wanted, so in this test I actually mostly wanted to test WebKit GTK that iced the other day. And here I wanted to actually quickly, famous last words, quickly test all combinations that we recently added to auto partition Z. So classic partitions, we have this all mounted. Okay, that apparently worked. Let's test encrypted. So theoretically I need to have the better error handling, but that is for another day. So this setup is not even the most recommended. I just added it here for completeness for people who desperately would want that. But that's not mounted for some reason. Ah, wait, no, this might be correct. Here's so swap. No, actually, so this worked. Okay, so this is a little bit confusing. I can't really change this the most. Or can we? I mean, theoretically, you know what, let's make it to do. So this is a little bit confusing. I mean, this is the right thing. This is how I implemented that. But maybe we should more transparently map, like not create this extra entries here for device mappers, because that even confused me for a minute. But that is really like nitpicking. Okay, we're still building there. Improve installer usability by not showing extra entries for looks encrypted volumes or whatever. Alright, and so we can't. Alright, we can't unmount this because it is mounted. Because the problem is also I have this already on my to-do. Maybe I should quickly do it. Quickly implement it. With what type do I call this? Because what we would want here is okay, there is activate encrypted look. So what we basically would want is deactivate. I mean, actually, we could display the device mapper name here, but so that was activate. Okay, if that is that type, I mean, we could for a test, so part decrypt. We also basically need better we need better error handling here. I mean, very theoretically, we would need some whole if block, because best case, where do we have any? Theoretically, we should check. I don't do that today. So it's a little bit error prone and finicky. So we should check whether it's activated. Does it work with that? Maybe not. Okay, we need that device. Yeah, that is a little bit annoying, actually. This is really not very symmetrically here, all this block storage stuff. Because we don't have the name here, can't even edit here that easily. Yeah, that needs a bit more fiddling. Okay, we added a to-do. Can do this later. So then nothing is mounted anymore. Let's test logical volumes. It mounted that, it created that. VG0 root. Looks like that also worked. Of course, this needs to be a little bit more fail-safe. Not so show some options while it's active, because it will anyway only error out. So everything inactive. So that is the only, I mean, normally you don't deactivate all the stuff at home, but certainly that needs a little bit more implementation. Erase, also a little bit proofreading. Nothing like releasing your latest and greatest distribution with typos. I basically would recommend to use either classic partitions for performance and simplicity, or this fully encrypted LVM, unless you run a headless server in a data center. Then, but even so, even for that, we will implement some trickery sometime soon. So volume group 0. Why does this show like that? I'm not really sure if it was meant to show like... no, it does. Right. It does show like this because it is encrypted. Now it confuses already me. Yeah, I mean, I implemented all combinations. It's just not as super amazing as it could be. But so, and last but not least, all right, this needs to be unactive. I have on the to-do This is the only thing we can't undo there, which of course is not ideal. So I also have on the to-do to have a warning there, so it makes not really sense to continue. What should we do? Error out. Is it the building? So basically install now. What is it? Install now there. Okay, it evaluates. Oh, this is, to be honest, a little bit finicky. Who wrote it like that? It's a little bit funny to loop that until install now, but that's not really sure why we implemented it like this. Not the super cleanest thing in the world. So crazy long while loops. It's basically all the stuff while do nothing. Why did we implement it like that? We could at least have the eval in this do. No, whatever. It is what it is now. Not. All right. There was also at least one thing. Should we? Okay, let's do one thing at a time. That is also. So basically, if nothing is mounted, so how do we check that? Maybe like that. Did we? No, wait, what did we? Wait, why was this not mounted? What did I even grab? ETSF stack. But right, should it not be in there? Did I not had some modification recently that should be? Maybe I had this in mtab. Right, it was mtab. Already. Okay, but we don't basically need any of that. We can proc mount. So basically, I guess that should be enough. Probably. Like if any mount. I mean, it needs to be only a quick test, right? I mean, we could make this, you haven't mounted anything. Do you want to continue? Do you really want to continue? I mean, if the user has some crazy test case, maybe allow them to continue. By the way, here is this SEDN, because there is one SED also erroring out. Is it this one, SED? Because there's also one strange error I wanted to find another day. Really funnily written here. I mean, we don't even need to write it like that. It is basically... Yeah, it is crazy to write all of this in this, but... if install now, oops, alt graph, where are we? If install now, check that we have something mounted. It's basically to avoid support, right? I mean, we don't really need to have to do that, but if people don't read the manual and don't think through what they're doing, so we could have this in one, right? If install now and not, then we have this already one. I just don't like indenting stuff too much. No storage mounted to something of that sort. No storage mounted to MNT, continue anyway. Or then we set install now. So no storage mounted to MNT, continue anyway. Then we reset it to 0 for that to continue, I guess. Probably looks good. Let's check our to-do. So test new, easier, okay. I mean, the problem is like so much testing. Basically we tested x86 then, I guess that's mostly fine. And so we have done that then also, amazing. And let's test one other thing before we continue. All right, we probably want text to better see what's happening. So that is currently mounted, so then continue, because there's also that some SED has some syntax error warning, whatever stuff. Here, couldn't flush standard out invalid argument. Like, why mount def bound couldn't flush standard out invalid argument? Why? I have the feeling I need to run this with Xtrace. So where is that bound installing? Mount def, cut that. So this should be somewhere mount that, cut that, change mode. Is it that one here? But that is not really standard out, right? Change mode, standard mode, install. Wait, this is this, what? Why is it couldn't flash a standard invalid argument? What the heck? Why is this flushing standard out? What did I use? I didn't use anything. Okay, Surf fails. Why does... Okay, Surf somehow... That is interesting. Okay, that is apparently aggression with our... Good that we tested that. Wait, was it S-cons or... I thought we do that early enough, but apparently not, because we recently added support for auto. And the substitute for testing is more testing. By the way, we don't need a backslash here. Don't know how early stage. I mean, we could... Okay, the config should be red here. Let's do that even earlier. Is this enough to fix it? Maybe that is early enough, apparently. I'm not sure where we do this S-cons opt thing. Here. Yeah, and that is where we... That is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is where we test things. But why does this flush standard out? Is that an SED regression? We can't make this shit up, this is hilarious. Yeah, I locally don't have the latest SED version. Like, wow, if that is an SED regression, then I start to lose my mind here. That is, it's absolutely ridiculous. Is that new or old? Wow, what a shitty site. 2010, not the newest. It works here though. Why does this want... Oh cool, something doesn't apply anymore. This should not be really related to that, is it? Or do I have here some... Ah, I have here some. So for this occasions I wish I had S-trace always at hand. Oh, that only happens with some file system. Look at that. If I do that here, that works. If I do that there, mind blown. That is insane. Oh, that only works with mtab, not... Oops. Now I accidentally deleted that. Ah, we see this here. Ah, this was on proc. Ah, this is why this doesn't... Okay, we recently changed... Okay, this explains this thing, so then it's not a regression or a bug, except a bug in our packaging. So how was this? So even I forgot the details now. So I recently changed that upstream. The latest util Linux does not prefer to support mtab. I only re-enabled that for the installer to know precisely with what we configured. Nah, this is something failing. Nah. Not a fan of that. Oh, come on, why is it failing? Yeah, sorry, a little bit multitasking here. I just need to get stuff done. Couldn't find ext. Why is always something failing like this? We never get to release. So how was it? Do we... Ah, darn, I lost overview. What? No, even freaking BetterFS tools fail. Why? Incompatible types, M120. What the heck? I have no words anymore. Guess it recently did build once upon a time. Just not on a fresh clean build. Oh my, how's that? So this is also, so this is one test, this is as per previous videos, so this Rust as it. I mean, that is at least one good test that this is using Rust, so Rust as it is not like totally broken, just like when used for massively monolithic stuff like Firefox. And this is also why we test stuff, right? I just don't remember how was it with having an mtab link. I lose overview. May contain lines. So what was when mounting a file system mentioned fstab or mtab sufficient to specify command line. Support for regular classic mtab is completely disabled at compile time by default because on computing systems it is better to make etc mtab a symlink to proc mounts instead. Yeah, I know, just for the installer we wanted to have that. What do we do in... etc mtab. Okay, I had this probably commented out the thing. Okay. The question is, do we want to refresh this as a link? Prog mounts to etc mtab, because it might be a file. Maybe we should do that. And we probably don't want an etc mtab then in these files. Where is it coming from? Oh, here's indeed still. Maybe the most compatible is to leave it there. Not to change too much, to be the most conservative, for not to break stuff. And so actually I had this locally reverted. It's probably time to, because of course they changed it to Python and stuff, and now Python modules. I believe I better test that. It probably should build like that. Yeah, tiny little update. But it's a little bit old, so I have to wonder, is there not some 2023 version probably somewhere? Yeah. So installer, that would be base, stone. But yeah, if you want that stuff really works in all combinations and stuff, then it's a little bit of work, time, dedication, and testing and more testing. Slightly wonder, nobody dropping any comments today. But we should be live. Looks like we are live. So, stone mod install and tab. So then probably rm-f that here, and then redo it, and probably should take care of that to stone. I'm still a bit puzzled with this here though. I mean, you know what, let's also rebuild the Linux kernel. I guess after live streaming so much, because this is, of course, don't try this at home. I just mostly know what I'm doing. Okay, WebKit GTK. This is actually what I wanted to test, just that it needs more dependencies. So that is a new UniFDef, fdef, and Why does this not... A little bit puzzled why... Found unknown device class 0? Why is this Atapi DVD-ROM an unknown device class 0? Did nobody ever test that before? Oh, wait. Is there not 6.2.10? Did I not update it? What have I done? Maybe I wanted to check if data will... Yeah, whatever. Apparently didn't commit that yet, some way, shape or form. This is not Virtual SCSI. I'm a little bit puzzled that... Okay, the modules load. What did I broke that doesn't work anymore? What is a Virtual SCSI? Okay, stuff is building so far. So on my 1750X with a quite... I mean, the bootstrapping, the problem is always, even if this would now break with internal compiler, or would not break, I still couldn't be sure. I mean, maybe I should have installed it in a Kling VM, because this is bootstrapping on from a slightly different base system. So there's always the devil is in the detail, and obviously this is not an identical configuration. For a perfect result, you should have tested a perfect identical copy. If non ID Virtual SCSI PCI ID SCSI. If non device. Yeah, so this is what I had. Alright, maybe we're missing that actually. But I copy and pasted that from the other. So this is what I really hate from this bloody syntax, that you need to have a drive and a controller, and then also actually freaking adding it to that. Maybe I really didn't add that block. I really hate this nonsense. Drive. Okay, let's rename that. Drive. Also, should this not have drive block PCI? Yeah, silly stuff. Drive 0. Device block PCI. Or should this have only one? Yeah. How to test that is Virtual SCSI. Is here not block? It's also old stuff, 2011, 10-year-old. I don't want to have a freaking bookmark. They also changed this multiple times, right? What worked last year does not need to mean that it works this year. Okay, let's Virtual SCSI PCI. Let's test it first. Virtual SCSI PCI. I'm not sure if I have all the... IDHD, interface none, Virtuo, SCSI PCI. This might be clipped. Device, SCSI HD, Drive HD. Why does this not freaking work anymore? I have the feeling there is some kind of regression. I'm pretty sure I previously had used that. Crazy annoying stuff. Okay, here. Latest and greatest, by the way. How long did this build? 423. Okay, WebKit is building and building and more building. And last but not least, so install. We implemented two things. One is this should no storage mounted to MNT continue anyway. Yes, okay, that works. And no, okay, hey, that is amazing, isn't it? And what else did we, all right, so the other was, let's try, LVM, encrypted. And let's see that this error doesn't appear anymore. I wonder what's up with VirtIO. Did I over-optimize something? The usual fast, so much optimized that it doesn't work anymore. Recurring theme here. And 49. Yeah, it builds crazy long. Should have run it with an UTF-8 locale. Yeah, and why I need a Threadripper right 1550X. 40% slower. Ah darn, I didn't see that now. That was very clever. Okay, exec into the new installation, amazing stuff. Yeah, I guess it is mostly amazing, except that VirtIO does somehow, why does VirtIO not work anymore? I wish QEMU would default of not adding a floppy actually, as there was also 10 years ago security issue in the otherwise unused floppy stuff. Actually, we can we? No, we can't. So previously I believe this did work or not. Pretty sure I booted like that. Strange stuff. Wait, but this device is there, so this VirtIO does work like that. So much for my stuff that being correct. So then somehow VirtIO doesn't work anymore. Fun. I mean, I did not... What other... Could there be any VirtIO thing that I missed? I mean, I could build with less optimizations. I can quickly test that. Yeah, WebKit still builds. So much to the lighter browser. Not much. It is so sad. Yeah, it's absolutely mind-boggling crazy how large this stuff is. And why I need 96 gigs of memory. Yeah, let's quickly build that and then call it at least a day. It's probably 1 hour easily as... Yeah, 1 hour. Just on the minute an hour. Amazing. I mean, I recently did that. It's not necessarily optimization. I also probably removed some modules, but I mean, it's loading. Would say maybe we're indeed now missing some module. It's recurring theme, right? What's not tested is broken. Might it be this one here? That is VirtIO PCI. Don't tell me that is some virtual PCI adapter thing. I mean, I only did this to not include, because previously we included all VirtIO, which also some random nonsense. And there's some NVDIM. So maybe we miss now some... I mean, what is that precisely? Where was it? This one here. Yeah, I wish this description would be more verbose. Maybe I shouldn't do that verbose. Maybe that was drivers. VirtIO. So what does VDPA stands for? Driver provides support for VirtIO-based virtual device over VDPA bus. For this to be useful, you need an appropriate VDPA device implementation that operates on a modern, so PCA lib. Basic prop and control for devices which are based on modern PCI device, possible very specific extensions. PCI driver for VirtIO. Do we have that? So that is 3-state. No, darn it. Okay, so WebKit build here, so that is a little bit concerning then. Yeah, WebKit build. Yeah, 14 minutes. It is like 5 minutes slower than on my Ryzen. So the question is it overclocking related? Shit. Yeah, so if you have an internal compiler error, then better check that so that we have tested that. We've implemented some stuff and found VirtIO PCI no longer working. All in all, probably quite successful hack a day. VirtIO net, which other do we? GPU input, console, block. Okay, we don't have PCI. I guess we change the optimization back. I don't have heist. Hope that changes the thing. And VirtIO. Okay, we have this legacy dev thing. I guess theoretically we probably could remove that bit. Yeah, I guess others we could add if we really needed that. The point is, of course, to keep this also random and thousands hardware combinations, virtualization combinations. We of course want to keep the init ID at least reasonably not oversized. Which is why we don't add here everything. Let's test this theory here. Let's also pre-test this in parallel with not to waste here 4 minutes of build time. 6 to 1092 or so. PCI legacy. So it includes PCI legacy, and maybe we actually disable that. It sounds a little bit oldish, right? VirtIO 09, whatever. Yeah, I mean, as much as I like vintage and retro, we probably don't need Why is P80A legacy not set to V? Or is it, maybe this is not lib80A. Oh. Probably it's that one, isn't it? Oh wait, there's also PCI legacy. Why is that nowhere in there? Maybe we default that by, as we enable all modules by default, it's probably in the enabled by default stuff. Yeah, let's maybe rebuild that just because. Why is he still some 269 though? Why is this lib legacy still set? Yeah, whatever. Could ignore it for now. Yeah, we did some stuff, did we? Alright, we also did the SED thing, so that we can probably, if I didn't remove that from the to-do, remove that. Yeah, it's kinda getting ready, except the LVM stuff, which is LVM Rust. I tested Rust, by the way, prior to this live stream. The latest Rust version does not fix bootstrapping, nor did I test the LVM. I'm not actually sure if I tested the LVM, but yeah, it's... So basically we have... Yeah, I mean, the one major thing is LVM Rust related Firefox. That is, of course, if you wanted a browser, quite a showstopper. And I probably... Yeah, I also need to boot my workstation, my 17950X workstation, with a newer release to validate whether that is just my old rolling release compiling imperfect binaries that ice with WebKit, or if it's indeed undervolting, overclocking, marginalities. So yeah, one last test. As the usual, yeah, 4 minutes takes a while. Also oh wow. So somehow this stuff gets warmer. I've no idea why. I mean, okay, I'm running with 6,000 mega transfers now. That is of course a thing, and welcome everyone with all the ever-changing BIOSes, and happy Easter everyone. It could also be I probably use relatively expensive thermal Grizzly here from my part-owned, invested, whatever, of my neighbor here, Der Bauer. Not a paid advertisement. I wonder if this is getting hotter due to 6,000 mega transfers and stuff, or because it's getting hotter and hotter now. I mean, 41.2 degrees I've never seen before. It's absolutely crazy. Previously I had with sustained load, I previously only had 34 to 36, and yeah. Or I wonder if the thermal paste just dries up and previously had better contact. So that is really crazy. Although I don't see that here though. Okay, one thing is this is a 3-fan AIO. I also have the center fan not on the NSAT XT controller but on the motherboard, so that my thinking was, is it the center one? Yeah, it's probably the center one. My thinking was to have the center fan of the 3-fan AIO controlled by the VRM, so that if the VRM's and memory is hot, that independently of the liquid temperature, I have already 100% fan spin there. And it should have 100% fan spin, but wait a second, did I HWidIO? That did the trick. Amazing, certainly. And that is testing, right? And theoretically, I should have test suite there for that, just that this stuff is more complex to test suite, but I need more, because if we had a test suite, right, we wouldn't have 4 months, because I just, out of lazy habit of YOLO performance, don't need performance for simple lightweight testing, just dash HDA. And so for like a month or so, or whenever or maybe even longer, I didn't notice that WidIO was broken. So like, what's not tested is broken. Like, you optimize stuff, like maybe never touch a running system, what's not tested is broken. And have a freaking test suite for that reason, for everything. But yeah. Yeah, I need to be a little bit careful there, darn it. Oops. And last but not least, I have some other stuff. Wait, don't tell me I built with reverted glibc. Oh darn. I had this only reverted for test. This was not my intention. Good that I realized that. That was just because of some other breakage that whatever. So much regression and breakage, I forgot what that was already. Whatever that was. Something was broken, it wasn't glibc for a change. But even sorting and committing, right, everything adds up a little bit. Oops. And last but not least, what was the other? Alright, it was the other. Maybe let's do a little bit. Let's be a little bit perfect and not commit this already. I mean, this is a little bit like doing it the right way, the perfect way of like only like not committing random unfinished, unrated stuff. Oh, why did I do this reverse? I think I did this reverse. Sometimes if I don't think enough about this sometimes happens to me. Even to me, I should say. So that is edit MT mounted sanity check to fixed SED to be able to actually write the TCM tab and title. Is the title called title case? Headline, title case. I mean, it's not fully or like. That sort. Yeah, that's it then for today. Some more progress. Quite some steps forward. Some tiny little details not yet solved, aka WebKit GTK stability. I should probably not build on a rolling release T2 thing from 2015. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this and learned something. Again, happy Easter. Have a good day or night. Stay healthy and don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and I hope to see you soon for the next fun code and Linux stuff to come.